The 2019 LSU Tigers football team represented Louisiana State University in the 2019 NCAA Division I FBS football season. Considered the greatest college football team of all time, the Tigers played their home games at Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and competed in the West Division of the Southeastern Conference, where they were led by their third-year head coach Ed Orgeron. LSU began the year ranked 6th in the preseason AP poll, and were projected to finish second in the SEC West behind Alabama. The Tigers secured an undefeated regular season that included wins over top 10 ranked teams Texas, Florida, Auburn, and Alabama. In the SEC championship game, LSU defeated Georgia to win their first conference title since 2011. LSU was ranked number 1 in the final college football playoff rankings of the season, earning them a spot in the national semifinal game to be played at the Peach Bowl. They dominated 4th-ranked Oklahoma in that game, 63-28, to advance to the CFP championship game. There, they defeated the defending national champions Clemson, 42-25, to secure LSU's 4th national title in school history, the second undefeated champion in the CFP era, and the second 15-0 season among any team in the modern era. LSU's record-setting offense was led by senior quarterback Joe Burrow, who won the Heisman Trophy by the largest margin in the history of the award, and broke several NCAA FBS records, including most touchdown passes, and highest passer rating. He was accompanied on offense by 1,400-yard running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and two 1,500-yard receivers, Ja'Marr Chase and Justin Jefferson, with the former winning the Biletnikoff Award as the best wide receiver in the country. The Tigers' offensive line won the Joe Moore Award as the nation's best offensive line unit. LSU's defense was anchored by two All-American defensive backs in Jim Thorpe Award winner Grant Delpit and true freshman Derek Stingley. Junior linebacker Jacob Phillips led the SEC in tackles. Head coach Ed Orgeron was awarded several National Coach of the Year honors. On the season, the Tigers outscored their opponents by a combined total of 726 to 328. Owing to their dominant performance against a historically difficult schedule, several pundits have called the team the greatest in college football history. Early years. Chase attended Archbishop Rummel High School in Metairie, Louisiana, located in suburban New Orleans. During his career, he had 115 receptions for 2,152 yards and 30 touchdowns. Coming out of high school, Chase was a 4-star recruit ranked the nation's 84th overall recruit and number 15 receiver prospect. After initially committing to the University of Kansas, Chase committed to Louisiana State University to play college football. College career. As a true freshman at LSU in 2018, Chase played in all 14 games and made 8 starts. He finished the season with 23 receptions for 313 yards and 3 touchdowns. Chase returned as a starter in 2019, and that year led the FBS in receiving yards with 1,780 yards on 84 catches and 20 receiving touchdowns. His 20 receiving touchdowns set a Southeastern Conference record until it was broken by Devonta Smith the following year. 6 times he eclipsed the 100-yard mark and an additional 3 times he eclipsed 200 receiving yards in a game mark, including a college football playoff championship game record 221 yards against Clemson. LSU finished the year undefeated and won the college football playoff national championship. At the end of the regular season, Chase was awarded the Fred Biletnikoff Award as the best receiver in college football. He was also named a unanimous All-American. A month before the start of the 2020 season, Chase announced that he was opting out to concentrate on his NFL career. His decision was reportedly not specifically due to the COVID-19 pandemic at the time, but rather due to agents having convinced him to sit out his third collegiate season so to not get injured. Chase was assured he would be a top draft pick before the season started. NFL rules state a player cannot be drafted until 3 years after leaving high school. College statistics. Professional career. Chase was drafted by the Cincinnati Bengals 5th overall in the 2021 NFL Draft, reuniting him with his college quarterback Joe Burrow. He became the first player in franchise history to wear the number 1, which was his number in college. Chase signed his 4-year rookie contract, worth $30.8 million, on June 2, 2021. 2021. Despite early struggles in the preseason, Chase played his first career regular season game on September 12, 2021, against the Minnesota Vikings, finishing with 101 receiving yards and a touchdown as the Bengals won 27-24 in overtime. Chase caught an additional 3 touchdown passes over his next 2 games, making him the youngest player in NFL history to catch 4 touchdown passes in his first 3 career games. Chase was named the NFL Rookie of the Month for September after totaling 220 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns through his first 3 games. During the Bengals' 25-22 overtime loss to the Green Bay Packers, Chase had 159 yards, including a 70-yard touchdown at the end of the first half, earning him another Rookie of the Week award. During Week 7 against the Baltimore Ravens, Chase finished with 201 receiving yards, including an 82-yard touchdown in the Bengals' 41-17 win, earning him his first AFC Offensive Player of the Week award. His 754 receiving yards set an NFL record for the most receiving yards ever by a player in their first 7 career games. On December 22, Chase was announced as a selection for the 2022 Pro Bowl. In Week 17 against the Kansas City Chiefs, Chase totaled 266 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns during the Bengals' 34-31 division-clinching win. He was named AFC Offensive Player of the Week, his second of the season. Chase's 266 yards not only set a Bengals franchise record for receiving yards, but it also set an NFL record for most receiving yards in a game by a rookie. In Week 18 against the Cleveland Browns, Chase caught 2 passes for 26 yards before leaving the game, surpassing the Bengals franchise record set by Chad Johnson for most receiving yards in a single season. Overall, Chase finished his rookie regular season with 81 receptions for 1,455 yards and 13 receiving touchdowns. In the wild-card game against the Las Vegas Raiders, Chase had 9 receptions for 116 receiving yards and 3 carries for 23 yards, helping the Bengals win their first playoff game since the 1990 season. In the divisional round against the Tennessee Titans, Chase recorded 5 receptions for 109 receiving yards, making him the youngest player in NFL history to record multiple 100-yard receiving games in a single postseason. In the AFC Championship game, Chase caught 6 passes for 54 yards and a touchdown in the 27-24 overtime win against the Kansas City Chiefs, helping the Bengals advance to Super Bowl LVI, their first Super Bowl appearance since Super Bowl XXIII in 1988. In the Super Bowl, Chase caught 5 passes for 89 yards, but lost 23-20. Chase's 368 postseason receiving yards set a rookie record, breaking the previous record of 242 set by Torrey Holt in the 1999 season. 2022. In Week 1 against the Pittsburgh Steelers, Chase caught 10 passes for 129 yards and a game-tying touchdown with no time left in regulation, in the 23-20 overtime loss. In Week 6, Chase suffered a hip injury in the game, but he had 7 receptions for 132 yards and 2 second-half touchdowns in a 30-26 comeback victory against the New Orleans Saints. NFL career statistics. Regular season. Postseason. Records and achievements.